We've all had noisy neighbors at some point, but in Netflix's new thriller Wall to Wall, Woo-sung's situation is on a whole different level. Every night, he's tormented by strange noises that seem to come from either upstairs or downstairs. But here's the twist. His neighbors are also complaining about him. So, where's all this noise really coming from? Let's break down the ending and the real meaning behind Wall to Wall. The ending explained who's making the noise. At first, it seems like Woo-sung might be losing his mind, but in the final act, we find out the real culprit is Jin-ho, his upstairs neighbor. Jin-ho isn't just a neighbor. He's an investigative journalist who's trying to expose the corrupt practices behind low-quality apartment complexes, like the one Woo-sung lives in. He almost blew the lid off one of these scandals in the past, but a prosecutor blocked the story from airing. That prosecutor, Yoon-hwa, who just happens to now be the building's resident representative. Since quitting her legal career, she's been buying up apartments, taking bribes, and making shady deals with corrupt builders. To investigate her and the apartment complex, Jin-ho broke into each unit's intercom system. He could track when people were home and then blast sounds into any apartment he wanted. He had sunk everything he had into a now worthless apartment, and he wanted to make a statement. His goal? Push Woo-sung to the edge and drive him to murder. "You're the perfect messenger," Jin-ho tells Woo-sung. "You represent the pain today's youth goes through." To sell the story, Jin-ho kills Woo-sung's downstairs neighbor and tries to frame him. After maxing out on an apartment, a man went mad from the noise, murdered his neighbors with a hammer, then himself. The showdown and final twist. But things don't go exactly to plan. Woo-sung and Jin-ho go up to the penthouse and tie up Yoon-hwa and her husband. Jin-ho knows, thanks to his hacked security feeds, that there's a ledger in the apartment connecting Yoon-hwa to corrupt deals. But when he can't find it, he loses control and kills her husband in a fit of rage. Yoon-hwa tries to kill Woo-sung to cover it all up, but Jin-ho steps in and kills her before she can. Jin-ho's seriously injured in the chaos, but Woo-sung isn't in a forgiving mood. Once he's out of range, he turns on the gas and blows up the apartment with Jin-ho inside. Then he burns all the rental contracts, reclaiming ownership of his unit. Clean slate. The police open a brief investigation, but with the ledger destroyed in the explosion, the case is closed. That final scene. In the closing moments, Woo-sung returns to his apartment. Suddenly, he hears knocking sounds, this time from below. And instead of panicking, he just laughs uncontrollably as the credits roll. Why the title is also called 84 Me Square. You might have noticed that while the movie is called Wall to Wall internationally, the on-screen title is actually 84 Meter Square. Why? That's because 84 square meters is the exact size of Woo-sung's apartment, and it's the standard apartment size in South Korea. So the title is deeply connected to the story's setting. And here's something else rooted in real life. Noise complaints like Woo-sung's are a serious issue. In 2024 alone, over 33,000 interfloor noise complaints were reported to the Korea Environment Corporation. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned to NovoFlix for more deep dives into the latest Netflix thrillers and hidden gems.